GMP said, okay, Eraser, can you please type in chat, did we not have audio for that entire conversation?
Oh, really? Did we not? I gotta re-explain. We only just have audio now? Okay, I guess we'll, like, restart. Hi, welcome to Forgotten Sands.
Hi, welcome to the Forgotten Sands again. I set up some interesting tech where I can menu with the left mouse button instead of controller
and
buttons.
I called you a big cheater.
And I said you're bad. And then Vin started explaining why this category exists.
So yeah, I'll do that again, I guess. So, start. So the category is just you can do any glitch in the game that doesn't require the use of an energy, hence no energy glitches. And it came about because there was a no major glitches category, but I found this tech called forced wall runs that are not really glitches, but they kind of are at the same time, and it just made the definition like kind of weird and hard to define. So I like made up this category and tried it out and really liked it, so we decided to do this one. And we actually will see one use of the forced wall run, which is that tech that I discovered in this segment, so that'd be cool.
Oh, are you gonna do the one?
Yeah, I'm gonna try this one here. I can usually.
Oh yeah, I did not go for it.
Yeah. So what this is just like when you bounce between walls, you get a higher wall run. And so if I bounce off that wall and then jump immediately to that wall, I can get a higher wall run and make it to this beam here. And the reason why that works is because the game like refunds your wall run height when you're bouncing between walls, just like for casual gameplay, right? So if you bounce between walls and never give the game a point where you can rewind to, which you can do by just like buffering jumps, then you can like make the game's code think that you're bouncing between walls, so you can just get the higher wall run, and it allows you to do a lot of skips.
Yeah, really, it's just an oversight in the way they set up the that flag that says whether or not you've just jumped off a wall.
Yeah.
They just kind of,
And we're waiting there. I assume you're about the same spot. We're waiting there so that we don't get this horrible graphical glitch, so you're welcome.
I was actually pretty far ahead of that, and then I died, and now I'm behind it.
Oh, yes.
I did that thing where, you know, you jump off the bricks onto the beam, and then you jump too quickly, and he goes to the side and falls to his death instead
Classic.
of... Yeah.
I messed up that movement there, but I didn't die, so it's good. But yeah, that forced wall run tech, you can do it with a rewind as well, and we call it a boost in that case. And that is considered like a major glitch for sure, because like the fact that rewind makes it so that you're bouncing between walls, so then you get the bigger wall run, is definitely a glitch. So that's what you would normally use in any percent, but we can still do most of the skips that any percent can do because of this new tech, so it's pretty cool. Oops, I forgot to do the second cobblestone glitch. Nice.
To be clear, there are a lot of skips in any percent that we can't do that don't use that glitch. It's just the skips that use that glitch that we can mostly replicate.
Yeah, any percent has like clipping with the whirlwind power, which we don't even get in this category, and also the I don't know what to call it, but like the stone armor thing where you just like survive.
It's called stone armor.
No, I mean like the glitch associated with it. Yeah.
Death barrier abuse or whatever.
Yeah.
Also, cool. That weird wall run you saw us do on the stones where we turned 90 degrees in the middle of our wall run. That's just a thing that happens when you wall run while holding down. That's the only time in the entire run that's useful. Did you get the precise land on the fence jump yet?
I'm doing it right now. First try.
Nice. So yeah, that skip he just did is pretty precise, but it skips quite a bit of platforming, so it's worth taking the time to set up. Oh, shit. It's probably not worth taking this much time to set up. Hello?
I love when I try to jump, but the prince climbs over a fence instead.
That's the best.
Oh, Prince, what? Okay. Oh, another like minor glitch we didn't mention is consecutive jumps. And
Yeah.
do you want to explain that, Sam? Because I don't even like understand them.
Yeah, sure. So when you do a single jump, the auto aim treats you differently than if you've done 2 or more jumps in a row for whatever reason. So anytime you do 2 or more jumps in a row, you can jump to slightly higher places than you'd otherwise be able to. It saves time here and there. Right now we're going to try jumping through a wall because that's a thing you can do in this game.
Yeah, I just did that
Nice.
right quick.
Yep, first try. So the auto aim in this game is so strong that you're able to get pulled through the wall to grab onto that beam, but it does require a somewhat precise angle.
I just tried to like do 2 jumps to that pole and then died, so you're probably ahead
Nice.
now.
I did the easier, older version of the skip because I didn't feel comfortable with the better one.
I got the better one first, but then I just missed the jump the second time, so I'm doing the older one now.
Here I'm going to use checkpoint abuse to skip a little bit of climbing by dying. That would usually save time because this game is timed with a load remover. RTA, that skip is about the same speed as just doing it the normal way.
No, I did a different strat that I found like an hour ago. That's probably a little slightly slower, but it's cool. The reason it works is just because there's like, if you wall run to the side there, there's just like a slightly higher elevation on the ground, so you can just not die from the fall damage.
Coming up is Treasure Vault, which is a really lengthy room with a unskippable cutscene, but thankfully we just, assuming I don't screw this up 3 times in a row, we just do a wall run to skip the entire thing, basically. Oh, cool. Did I forget how to do Treasure Vault skip? Really hope not, considering that I've been doing it for years. There we go. So something that you've probably picked up on by now that we didn't specify is that jumping is really fast. It's a lot faster than running or rolling, which are about exactly the same speed. The downside with jumping is that if you collide with a wall, it's really slow, and also if there are enemies nearby, you'll jump on top of them, which is also very slow.
Yeah, so if you need to like pass through some enemies, usually roll. Or if you can't get a good angle with jumping, then I roll.
There's a little moment after you land from a jump where you run faster than normal, and so you can kind of chain jumps together with that and not lose any time, but it's just a little bit of a window, not too much.
I don't think I actually knew that. So is it not fastest movement to just like buffer jumps?
It is faster, but only like slightly.
Okay.
Yeah, like the little running animation you get after a jump is almost exactly the same speed as a jump, but
okay, interesting.
it is a rewindable place, so sometimes it's like smart to do that if you don't want to accidentally rewind 3 million years.
Yeah, that happens to me all the time.
Yeah.
This wall run jump to the pole is just complete bullshit, FYI.
I'm gonna get it first try, watch me.
Okay, I got it, but it took me like 5 tries to like actually get the wall run.
I'm setting it up now.
The reason why that's dumb is because, like, you can't wall run there at the very edge, so you need to, like, do it a bit earlier. And also the window to, like, actually get auto-targeted to that pole is kind of small.
I got it second try, not first.
That small skip with the pole after that, too. I managed to, like, get auto-aim that sends you to the middle of the switch. And then I also turned around in the cutscene instead of after the cutscene. I have no idea how it happened, though. It was really weird. Oh, oops, I forgot to pull the switch. That would have been bad. I almost, like, soft locked myself. If you don't pull the switch, you soft lock later, right?
Yeah, shoutouts to Drep Fox for finding a skip for this room that doesn't use glitches. We didn't have a way to skip this without glitches until just like about a month ago.
For some reason, I'm failing it right now. Is it because of the enemies? I literally never fail this, and now it's failing. I don't know why.
I mean, to be perfectly honest, I find it to be a completely RNG skip. It took me 3 tries.
I don't until now. I'm so confused. Why is this not working?
Really cool cycle right there. If you don't reset that checkpoint, you can just jump through that hallway like the blades aren't even there.
Yeah, I don't know why that was failing, but I finally got it there now.
Here I'm setting up a forced wall run that's going to let me skip this entire puzzle room. So that forced wall run lets me get up here. And then I'm going to turn around and go back, actually, instead of taking the curtain down. And we're going to use the broken middle, like, I don't even know what to call these, but this broken thing in the middle.
Yeah.
You're totally not supposed to be able to stand on it, but for whatever reason, they gave it a hitbox. Maybe you could stand on it in an older version of this puzzle before the game came out, but...
Yeah, it's not even like you can stand on it. You can just sort of like get a jump on it.
But
right?
you can jump off of it.
Yeah. I actually have a new setup for that forced raw one that only uses 1 jump instead of 2.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I was gonna share it, but I failed it first try anyway, so I didn't gain any.
Yeah, I was gonna share it, but then I remember we're racing.
Yeah. I did the wrong wall at first, and I was like, oh wait, that's too far away.
So this little cutscene is unskippable and just shows us sarcophagi, which are the only collectible in the game. They they refill your health, give you a couple energy, which are basically like sands. I think we were on mute the last time we specified that. And they also give you 50 XP, which is a lot in the early game and not much after the early game.
Yeah, we collect some that are like literally like in our path. But...
Here I'm doing some ridiculous wall runs to skip pulling levers in this room. And then a very precise jump to get over here.
Oh. I'm doing the same, but I'm failing it.
Gonna set up a forced wall run right here, which is gonna be scary because I don't have any rewinds. And it didn't work. So one nice thing about this game is that, come on now. One nice thing about this game is that resetting checkpoint automatically gives you 2 energy, so you get some free chances essentially every time you reset.
I got the gear room forced wall run, no problem.
Why is it not working for me?
Are you not getting the forced wall run, or are you just like not grabbing the ledge?
I'm just getting a normal wall run.
Oh, you must not be buffering the jump, I guess.
I mean, I'm mashing it as quickly as I can.
Oh well, I actually like buffer them. Like I press it once at the right timing, because you can press it like a while before you actually land on the floor.
Maybe I'm jumping off of the wrong brick.
Maybe if you're landing in a stagger, that would be bad.
So jumping off of that brick gave me the wall run, but I was at the wrong angle.
That would be just like a camera issue, or if you're using controller, bad angle. Oh, okay. Tried to do a kick cancel there, which is a cool mechanic, but I didn't get a jump for some reason. But when you land in like a stagger in this game, you can like do a kick, and then it allows you to jump right away instead of waiting for that. I think Robbie found that, didn't he?
Yes, he did. I'm gonna try buffering this, and then if that doesn't work, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I mean, you can just do it normally, I guess.
Excuse you?
Yes, lose more time. I want to win.
Oh, hey, that totally would have worked if the thing was there.
Yeah, that's another issue with that one. You need to like time it correctly because of the cycle.
Yeah, it's because I kept rewinding over and over again. I kind of lost where I was.
Right. Another note about the rewinds in this game, if you like rewind and then rewind again, you can actually get your energy refunded.
Okay, I got it.
So if you see like energy popping back up, like we're not glitching anything, it's just the game's mechanic. I don't know why that's a thing. It seems weird.
I mean, personally, I like it, and honestly, when I transitioned into running trilogy games, the fact that I couldn't do it really bothered me.
Yeah, but like in terms of like the lore, it makes no sense to me. Like, why would the sands or like the mechanic to rewind be affected by the rewind? It shouldn't be affected.
Well, I mean, for the sands, that makes sense because it's clearly established that they're not affected by rewinds, like the dagger and amulet, like sticking around and stuff. But this is genie magic, which we haven't really explained at all since we skipped all the cutscenes. But yeah, we met a genie, and she was like, "Time be with you," and now we can rewind time.
There is a forced wall run that you can do there that I think Samabam's going for, but I don't do it.
Yeah, you'll see it in approximately 15 minutes when I catch up.
That pole glitch is pretty cool, though. I don't really like know why that's a thing, but
yeah, I actually found that on my own after other people had found it, but I just didn't know that the community existed.
Nice.
But it's a very interesting little trick.
So there I used getting damaged by the saw to actually like get sent into like the ragdoll state, and that allows you to grab the ledge down below. Kind of like a form of a drop glitch.
First of all, Eraser, that's not a glitch, and secondly, this is no energy glitches, so glitches are okay.
Yeah, just not energy glitches. Keep the memes sensical.
We don't care how sleep deprived you are, you're not allowed.
You can make that cycle there, but that was too slow. With all this falling platform stuff too, you can actually just like continue jumping. It's pretty funny. And I had a bad first boss because I got hit. Alright, I recovered nicely.
So here I will be doing that forced wall run that Vin opted not to do. That is if I don't screw it up by forgetting my setup. There we go. So that just lets me skip straight up to this beam without doing all the pole swinging that Ben did. Second try probably doesn't save any time, but it looks cool, so.
Meanwhile, I was just getting wrecked by some traps. Now I have like low health and I'm scared.
Also, I don't remember how to do the ragdoll thing he did there to drop down faster, so I'm gonna have to do this room casually.
I died, what? That's why you don't roll on these spike trap things. That was a mistake.
It's probably worth mentioning that although resetting checkpoint and dying really don't lose that much time most of the time in this game, every time we reset checkpoint, there is a like 1 in 500 chance our game will crash.
Where'd you get that number?
Years of experience.
Back there I upgraded ice for the combat coming up, which is like the most overpowered ability in the game.
Oh yeah, by a lot. Now, I am going to do the first boss and hopefully have a better go at it.
I still ended up getting the like the quick kill with the charge, the full charge, but I got hit before it. But yeah, in terms of like combat, usually you just like use charge attacks over and over again because they like are super powerful. And the more you charge, the more attacks you get. Like the 5th charge does the full 3 attacks.
And each of those 3 attacks does more damage than the attacks that came before.
Right.
There's the combo system in this game is kind of weird. And ice is also a little deceptive. It actually doesn't do that much damage, especially at level 1. But it's just that it hits so many enemies that it's immensely useful.
Right.
Not to mention its damage gets added onto the damage your sword's already doing.
Oh, what was that? Okay. I was doing the puzzle and I just like jumped in the completely opposite direction and died, and that was very interesting.
Auto aim is trying to yeet me off a cliff.
And I think I just got storage from one of those switches too. If that's a thing that can happen. It looked like I got storage.
Actually, you can. It's a lot of the time when it looks like you did, you actually didn't. But
Right.
you can. Just really precise.
Hopefully I don't need to rewind, otherwise I'll be doing it for like a full 10 seconds.
Yeah, storage is a... wall storage, rather, is a glitch that we can't do in this category because it requires energy, but it lets you do some pretty crazy stuff.
Yeah, simply getting the storage wouldn't be considered a glitch though, but
Oh,
if I accidentally use it somehow.
imagine not paying any attention at all.
And there are certain fights where like charging a full 5 is not ideal, like this one for example. For this one I just like do charge after charge because there's no like time to charge the full before the enemies attack you. And they still attack you because this fight sucks. Oh, and I died. Cool. I forgot I had like no health.
If I remember correctly, ice also gets a damage benefit from being in part of a charged attack. Like, charged ice deals more damage than non-charged ice.
Does it? I think I actually knew that.
I believe so. So there, I upgraded ice as well.
Alright, so that fight was all over the place because I actually died partway through, but it's cool.
Eraser, did you casually... Oh shit, I'm focusing on all the wrong things and I'm screwing this puzzle up. Eraser, did you forget that you have a run after our run?
Did he?
Because that's a thing, dude.
I was looking forward to that run too.
Yeah, like that's literally the run everyone wanted to see today.
I was talking about a real runs, okay. Dude, can auto aim stop being dumb? Oh, let's just reset checkpoint here.
I have lost so much time on this puzzle because I have literally turned the wrong levers multiple times because I'm busy
I did
reading
like
chat,
one major mistake. After that, it was okay.
Oh, I've had like 5.
Yeah, so this is the ice power. It's pretty fancy. There's basically no like skips with it or anything. Maybe I'm forgetting something.
I'm sorry, did you call it the ice power? I believe you meant solid water.
Thinking face emoji. Is that not a synonym?
Not in this case because reasons.
I still feel like I'm unsure if it's actually ice or if it's like just frozen time, but I think we've confirmed that it's actually ice for some reason.
I don't know, man. It keeps flowing though. Like personally, I think it's just frozen time.
Yeah, I think in the lore it actually says about it though. Oh, that didn't work.
Yeah, I believe what the prince says is the water became solid at my command.
Yeah. So that would imply actually turning it to ice. And he says like you have control over that element, so.
So this is a chance for me to make up some time because unlike Vin, I actually have a setup for this fight. That is until one of the enemies hides behind a column and the fight doesn't end.
I tried to use that setup. I think I know what you're talking about, but I couldn't get it to work for me. I'm just bad at it.
Yeah, why? I literally still haven't finished the fight, even though I said that, because there was an enemy hiding behind a column somewhere.
Nice.
Which is always the best.
So both of these prison sections have like cheeky jumps to get down quickly. And nice, I just got that one first try. That's really good. And this, there is a skip for this second part, but it requires energy use, so thankfully we don't need to do it because it's actually the most like awful skip of the whole game.
Yeah, it's completely RNG and has ruined many PB opportunities.
Oops, I'm mashing the wrong button.
So yeah, the short version of the story of this game is that our brother commands this kingdom, and it was being invaded by an army. And seeing that he was going to lose, he decided to unleash an ancient magical sand army to help him win. But in doing so, he accidentally cursed the entire kingdom to turn to stone. Now he and us are the only people who are still people because we have magical amulets that protect us. There's an evil genie. The evil genie takes over the brother. The good genie gives us magical powers, and then we kill our brother. Spoilers.
Wow. I was really looking forward to the story, and you just spoiled the whole thing.
Yeah, I bet you were.
I've never played this game before.
Didn't I come up with a fancy setup for the forced wall run in prison? I think I did. Yeah,
There's a dumb wall run here that never works the good way for me. Yeah, it went the other way. It can go the way I want to go, which is over here, but it never works for me. I don't know why.
Oh, I forgot about the second forced wall run in prison. Oops.
Wait, there's forced wall runs in prison? What's that?
Yeah, there's one to replace the first rewind boost, and then there's a second one that skips all the platforming after that.
Oh, I don't do the first one because I thought it was like the same speed. It didn't look like it was any faster.
Gotcha.
And I don't know what the second one is. I'm blanking on that.
It's in that same room. It's just to skip the poles that take you to, like, to the upper area. Like, it skips most of them.
Oh, okay. I'll have to check that out. You could probably force wall run this door as well, Didn't actually test it though, but because like the enemies, it's like really hard to do. I couldn't really get it to work. But there's another one in this second section that I have a really consistent setup for. So I need to pull this lever to open the gate, and then I can just like drop down and get ready to jump from there, and then you get a forced wall run. You still get the forced wall run even if you're jumping like from hanging from a ledge, so it works like that.
Oh, did you get the weird slope wall run?
Yeah, I was mentioning that I tried to do it. It gave me the wrong direction again, but I did it.
Okay. Let's see if I can do it.
I think it's like it's essentially just random which direction you get it, right?
It's really not though, because I have a setup that gets it a lot of the time.
Oh, really?
Like it just got it for me now.
I want to know
like
what that is.
I get it like 95% of the time, I'd say.
Nice. I definitely gotta check
And
that
I
out.
don't ask me what about my setup makes it work, because I have no idea.
All right. I mean,
Yeah, I don't understand the trick. Yeah, I don't understand the trick at all. I just always jump and run in the same places, and it works.
Right. So there's a skip here that I have a setup for. Sometimes it fails me though. It looks like it's okay. All right, cool, worked.
Vin probably did it as well, but right there I did a checkpoint reset abuse, because you get the checkpoint actually like a couple seconds before the cutscene starts. So if you reset, you go straight into the cutscene.
I actually don't think I know about that. What cutscene is that?
The one that shows you the first summoner in the game.
Yeah, I didn't do that. I think I just like forgot about that, or maybe I didn't know about it.
Yeah, it only saves like 1 or 2 seconds.
I'm learning so many new things. So another skip here. It's funny, this area had like an old skip that was like really hard, and then I found a really easy version, and then someone else found that version which is even faster, and it's like just as easy. So that's pretty cool. Now there's 3 ways to skip that area.
What, baths?
Yeah, or like the area after baths.
Yeah. Yeah, Shu actually found
right,
that.
Yeah. Oh, I tried to move
So
up.
there I carried a forced wall run through jumping on top of multiple enemies, which is pretty funny, but it is a thing you can do.
Yeah, like the only thing that matters for the forced wall run is to never have a point where the game allows you to rewind to. So jumping on enemies is also one of those points.
Yeah, unlike the Sans trilogy, you can't stop your rewind when you want to in this game. It has like safe spots.
Yeah. The trilogy technically has safe spots too, but they're like way more of them. Like there's just like a few select animations that you can't rewind to.
Yeah, but you can rewind to like mid-air and all that kind of stuff, which you absolutely can't do in this game. Oh, that was weird. That was wrong. Man, the skip after baths is like freaking out on me. It's doing things I've never seen before.
That happened to me last run.
Still freaking out.
There's actually an area I wanted to test a forced wall run when you jump between these 2 frozen waterfalls. I actually wondered if you use like a rewind boost, or in this category, forced wall run, if you could make it to the second water pole instead.
That'd be interesting.
Don't think you can, but maybe. I want to reset checkpoint when I can. Yeah, let's do it here. Just for some energy in case I'm dumb. There's a spot up here too where if you checkpoint reset, you soft lock the entire game.
Oh yeah, you corrupt your save.
Yeah,
even?
so
like,
I definitely would want energy in case of that.
Yeah, restarting the game literally doesn't even fix it.
Yeah. Remember when I said we don't need backup saves? There's like, I think it's like no faster. I didn't go for it because I was scared of that glitch we just mentioned. But you can actually jump to the wall on that beam and like skip to the end column. But yeah, I don't think it's even faster. So.
Why don't I remember how to do this? There we go. So yeah, Drepfox found this little skip I've just done here. Well, not so little, but just replaced a harder skip we used to have there. Actually, that's probably what you were talking about, Vin. The thing that skips the... Okay, yeah. Skips all the infinite wall jumps.
Yeah, that's like the one I found like an easier way to do it. And it was a bit faster, and then Drep found an even easier way to do it.
Yeah, it was Drep, like GMP said in chat.
Yeah. And now we're at the most boring part of the game.
Something that GMP pointed out to me a while back that I thought was super interesting, because this game didn't have, like, I mean, if you pay any attention to it at all, it clearly didn't have a ton of love put into it. It was kind of rushed out, you know, to catch the marketing off of the Prince of Persia movie. And so I wouldn't have expected to find many, like, cool details in it, but all of the things that the evil genie is yelling at us right now are real words in, like, the actual Persian, like, ancient Persian language.
Right, yeah.
And they're all, like, almost all of them, except maybe, like, one or two, are actually translated correctly and, like, make sense, which I think is, like, awesome.
Yeah, it's cool. I remember, like, watching the video for that. There's a couple that, like, make no sense, but most of them... Yeah, this is the observatory. There's no skips, even at any percent for this, which is kind of a bummer.
Well, you do wall run through the floor.
That's true.
Saves 0.5 seconds. Totally worth it.
But, like, you can't skip the whole area is what I was talking about.
Yeah, we've tried very hard to come up with skips for that area.
You can, like, clip through that door right there, for example, but then, like, you can't fix the load triggers, so... But that would require an energy anyway, even for this category. Wouldn't be able to do it still.
Yeah, there's no hope for this category, but...
Yeah.
Any percent, maybe one day.
Yeah. There is a really cool glitch in this area that I wish could happen in more places. Like, what do we call it? Super jump or something?
Collision boosting, I think.
That, yeah. Wait, collision boosting? Shouldn't it be called, like, auto-aim boosting?
Oh, you're talking about the long jump.
Yeah.
I thought you. Well, so if you clip through that door, you use collision boosting to get to the next area, but it's like nearly impossible.
And aren't the load triggers just messed up too then?
I don't think so, but Drunken Shoe only managed to do it one time, and I've never managed to do it.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. I thought the reason why it didn't work was because of the load triggers, but I guess not. But yeah, that other glitch I mentioned is, like, if you jump at a certain spot down below, there's, like, auto-aim that sends you flying across the entire map, so that's pretty great, but it's not useful.
Yeah. I'll see if I can show it off just for the lulz.
I might have done that if, like, I knew where to jump from, but I completely forget.
It's actually, if you do it just right, not that it's like RTA viable, but if you get exactly the right angle, you can end up landing on the cobble on the opposing wall, and it's actually faster.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just like impossible to aim precisely.
Guess what I'm going to do after this run? Try to do that like 1,000 times. I remember we talked about that before when we were hanging out in chat. We were like, the first thing I do when someone says a trick is impossible is try it for the next 3 hours.
That's exactly what I did with SOT palm tree back in the day. As soon as I found out that was a thing, I wasted like an entire night trying to make it work.
Yeah. But yeah, that like thing I did back with the cycles is just to avoid having to use freeze, so it is a bit faster to just wait on the ledge like that.
Eraser, have you considered that you're an abomination?
Then we make quick work of that boss, and then on our way.
There we go. I got a miniature version of the long jump right here.
Nice.
Yeah, there we go. That was a much better showing of it. Basically, when you turn that lever I just turned, it changes the geometry in the room, and there are invisible hitboxes you can't see, and for whatever reason they cause that to happen. You can go way further than what I did, but like I said, it's really hard to like accurately abuse it.
Now I'm gonna feel really bad if I don't win because you're wasting time for style. So up here, there's the one use of the best glitch in the entire game, called vanish boosting.
Oh, okay. I thought you were at the end of Observatory with the tilt walking.
So if you release the freeze like next to a pole like that, right before you grab it, you just kind of like get flung forward, and that's the only spot where like it's actually useful. Oh wait, yeah. I was thinking I need 3 upgrades. It's just ice here. This boss is pretty straightforward. I have like certain combos I do for every phase. That one I just like charge up one, wait a bit to bait his like projectile attack, and then do a full combo, and it's over and done with.
Don't think I actually have strats for that boss.
I posted like a video of like my boss strats that I use. If
yeah,
you want
I think
to check
I
them out.
That. Yeah, just let me pull that up real quick.
Yeah, I totally meant now. Just stop the run and do that.
I jumped way too soon. Don't know. Why am I be stupid?
Small skip there with the wall just to get to that pole earlier.
Here I will demonstrate tilt walking, which is totally legitimate and definitely not a glitch.
Oh yeah, I did that. Are you talking about like the observatory thing where you like you land on the platform? Yeah. I did that too, but I didn't like... Can you jump to the boss, Prince? What are you doing? Okay. Trying to trigger that cutscene is actually like really annoying sometimes.
I would show off Baywatch running. I don't know if you're familiar with that glitch, Vin, but there's a glitch you can do where the prince runs in slow motion and you don't have to press any buttons. He just runs in slow motion.
Yeah, I get that sometimes. I don't know how.
We have it somewhere in the Discord history. I don't remember how you do it, but it's a really awkward combination of buttons. I believe it was Akion found that. He did a bunch of 2K8 glitch hunting back in the day, and then he ended up playing this game like last year and found that.
Nice.
Like, we knew about it, but he figured out how to do it.
Oh, okay. Not sure why I didn't get a dash there. I guess my angle was too bad. So now we have the dash ability.
It's a really cool ability, very fun and fast-paced.
It actually does allow for some skips. Oh. How did I not make that cycle? There's a skip up here that I hate. Probably gonna end up having to kill the enemies.
I did the Vanish boost. I hope you're happy.
Nice, I am very happy. Objectively the best trick in the game.
Did you do the cheeky jump to the area right before the vanish boost?
Yes, yeah.
Good.
Alright, I got the skip, but I had to kill the enemies. That's like pretty common for me lately. I'm just really bad at that skip. I'm getting hit here on purpose for another skip, which I don't really understand. It like I don't think anyone really knows why it happens. Like you're when you hit a death plane, it's just different if you took damage before.
Oh yeah, damage storage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
for whatever reason, if you have taken damage from an enemy that is still alive and loaded, you will bounce when you hit a death plane instead of just falling.
Yeah.
It's a extremely weird thing, but it does work reliably.
Yeah, that's the only spot where we know it's useful. And you can use it.
I tried to use it to do a big skip in the first split of the run, but unfortunately you still don't get the checkpoint even if you bounce.
Right, yeah. There's a spot late game where I was trying to use it too, but it doesn't seem like you bounce far enough to get the checkpoint. But yeah, there you can bounce, and then since you're bouncing in that direction, the checkpoint gets triggered, so you can just reload checkpoint and you're down there. Skips using the elevator. And you don't need an energy for it. You don't need to rewind or anything, so we can use it in this category. If I do this attack right, okay, that worked, yeah. So if you do that exact combo when you start this fight, for some reason, there's like a lingering hitbox, and then the second charge enemy just kind of gets hit by it and doesn't attack you. So it's really nice. Normally, like, the strat before that was to, like, jump to the side and then start attacking. But with that, you can just start attacking immediately.
Which is what you'll see me do, because I don't know what he's talking about.
Wow, not watching my videos.
Been busy, okay?
Yeah,
Busy playing.
I'm just kidding.
Playing casual games and ignoring my responsibilities.
I think there's a strat here that you do that I don't know how to do. Like, with the thing that you need to wait, like, the cycle to, like, move back over, to slide back over before you wall. You can, like, go right away, can't you?
Yeah, it's finicky, but I have done it for so many years that I have it in muscle memory.
Yeah, I have no, I don't understand how that works at all. I can never get it. Oh no, that's not good. Okay.
How did the terrace skip go for you, where you jump against the pillar?
The one with like the bunch of enemies next to you?
Yeah.
I got it. I had to kill the enemies, but I did get it.
Okay. Yeah, that one can be a pain.
Yeah. That one there, I thought it was okay because you actually don't need to pull that like ledge to actually get up there, but I was just a bit too far away to actually grab at the ledge at the end, so I had to rewind. That was an interesting camera. This is another area where there's actually a skip for any percent. That's pretty cool and really challenging, but requires energy, so we can't use it here.
Yeah, that was, I would say, one of the longest theorized skips for the entire game that actually eventually got found.
Yeah, that's really
and it
cool.
took a lot. It took a lot of glitches to make that happen.
Yeah. You gotta like use storage for a different reason than you normally use it, and then like do all kinds of shenanigans.
Here, you'll see me try the really difficult strat for this fight that Vin talked about having negated. Not if I jump that direction. So yeah, basically I jump to the left of these enemies and then hit them with ice to cancel their charging attack. But it is quite precise, as you saw. It took me like 3 tries to get it. But it lets you kill them very quickly, which makes the entire fight go a lot easier.
So back there when I did like a roll and just like fell off the ledge, that was just like the game buffering insanely before I actually I pressed roll like 5 seconds before that happened, and it just got buffered. That's like a problem with this game.
Here you'll see me do that other skip that Vin talked about. I'm going to do a wall run cancel right here to skip waiting on this thing. And of course I screwed up the timing because I said it's muscle memory. Haven't failed this skip in like over a year, but you know, marathon. There we go. It saves next to no time, it just looks cool.
Yeah, I do want to know how to do it, but I don't understand at all.
You have to cancel almost immediately after you start wall running, basically.
Okay.
That's really all there is to it.
Surprised I wasn't able to get it like at least one time though. Because I would just mash and like hope it worked. So a very cheeky jump here. This is probably like the cheekiest jump in the whole game. There's like, they tried to hide the area with the camera, but the area is just actually there, so you can just like jump directly to it and skip a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, you end up like basically doing a big loop, and you can just skip the loop if you hold the camera just the right way. I desperately need to reset checkpoint before I die.
Game, what are you doing? I was on the slide and he just jumped like 90 degrees to the wall. I don't understand.
Oh yeah, you'll have that on certain slopes.
There.
Really, the motto of this game. Yeah, you'll have that. Also, these genie dudes is what I call them. These floating guys who throw bombs. They exist just to be dashed to. They have 1 HP. And they offer 5 XP per kill, so they're actually like a really interesting piece of game design because they're both a platforming mechanic, but they're also a way for the developers to like guarantee that you get a certain number of upgrades throughout the game.
Yeah, I always like forget about that fact that they actually give XP. When I was like looking at XP routing, I was like, why am I getting XP here? I didn't kill anything.
Yeah, and it's funny because here pretty soon we'll come across vultures, which are another enemy that exist only to be dashed to, and they do not give you XP.
Right, yeah. So back there I did a skip that like usually gives me like tons of trouble and I have to reset checkpoint about 20 times. But I actually just got it first try there, so that's really awesome for me. Also, first try fist jump. Easy.
Noise. Shoutouts to Fingers to Hand, who held the world record in this game for a long time and found fish jump.
That actually might tie for like the most cheeky jump in the game compared to the garden.
Well, do you know the really funny fact about that jump? That it's not supposed to work.
The fist jump?
Yeah, the collision for that thing you land on is broken because we skip a load trigger by doing the skip before it. That's the whole reason it works.
Oh, really? Okay. I did not know that.
If we did the other section casually, it would not work. Which I'm
glad I never decided to just not do the skip before it, because then I would be really confused when fist jump doesn't work. So that's a skip, I guess. Is that a skip? I don't even know. the jump to the water pole.
Oh yeah, the skip that everyone found in their casual playthrough.
Yeah, I specifically remember that, and I did that in my casual playthrough.
Yeah, a lot of people just don't know that that's a skip because they just thought that that's what they were supposed to do. Bit of poor game design on that one.
It's kind of like the puzzle skip in T2T, where you can just literally like jump from a wall and skip an entire puzzle. In the sewers.
Right. I remember when we found your video of that before you were part of the community. That was really funny. Everyone was like, wait, what?
Yeah. So these are the birds that Samabam was talking about, and they can be really dumb sometimes, especially on keyboard, which is what I play on. So I just like didn't kill that one because reasons. Also, nice camera. What the hell was that?
No eraser. Neither of us are on world record pace, I don't think.
Yeah, I highly doubt it.
Yeah, my world record in this is not great, but it's pretty good. I basically sat down in my second ever run of this. I just used like D-Rust luck to shit out like a really good run. So, you know, sorry.
It's a really good shit though.
I ended up tying the NMG world record pretty much, which is kind of fun.
Yeah, I think your like NMG PB is better than my PB in this game, or this category. Oh,
yeah, it's a 126, which is the same as my PB in this category.
Yeah, so I was waiting for the third upgrade there, and then I'm gonna upgrade 3 of those. I think it's faster to just wait for it like that. You could upgrade too early, but then that means like an extra pause, which I don't want to do. So. Another skip here that I'm kind of bad at. Hopefully I can get it.
Is that slant walk?
I'm not sure if that's like what it's called. But,
the thing where you walk on the really like tilted surface.
Don't think it's that. It's like after the big fight with the summoners. And you,
after
like,
what?
After the big fight with the summoners.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that what you're talking about? Okay.
Yeah, you know, you do that wall run, and then the auto target lands you on a slope that looks like you shouldn't be able to walk on it. And
right.
Then you,
okay. Yeah.
From there, you go through or you walk through a door that has no hitbox.
Yeah, and it's not working for me. I don't know why. Okay, there we go. I got in like a weird way, but it's cool. So yeah, that door just doesn't have collision, so.
Eraser, for fuck's sake, get your UK people under control.
You can make a faster cycle here, but I messed it up. I think I was supposed to do one more jump. Maybe Smaflex, or maybe Samabam, sorry, we'll get it. So this boss is kind of weird. If you go behind this wall and then reset checkpoint, his like AoE attack gets broken. So now I can just remain in the main area, like right beside him, instead of going to hide and just wait for him to come back down. And you don't get damaged or knocked back by this attack.
It's really stupid. Instead of actually putting like ray tracing on that attack to see whether or not it hits, they just decided to make it so that if you're standing behind one of those walls, a flag says won't get hit.
Yeah.
It's like such lazy game design.
Yeah, and then like resetting checkpoint, I guess, doesn't remove that flag, so you can just do that. Remember, I was so confused when I found that. I was trying to replicate it for the longest time, and I was like, how in the hell did I do that?
Well, I think the funniest thing is I must have done that so many times and not known it, you know, because I was just like, oh, I gotta dodge this attack, you know,
yeah.
like.
On the last one there, I need to go behind because the cutscene just won't trigger if you're not behind the wall, so you just do that on the last section.
Me trying to one cycle the hallway before this boss and just getting absolutely bodied by every single trap.
I used to be so bad at traps when like this is probably like the hardest traps in terms of Prince of Persia games.
Yeah, Warrior Within has some sections, but it's really not that bad if you take your time.
Or if you side roll.
Well, yeah, but that's cheating.
Disagree. So for this boss, you just need to wait for the checkpoint to load there, and then you could just reload checkpoint, and it skips like the cutscene faster. You don't need to wait for him to like fully like go in the air or whatever.
Yeah, another really good use of checkpoint reset abuse.
Took me forever to get that muscle memory. I would always just wait. Alright, so I'm notoriously bad at timing this cycle correctly, but hopefully this is good.
Oh, that's cool. My controller disconnected.
Oh no. Keyboard and mouse time?
Yeah. No, I'll just unpair the controller, repair it to the computer, connect it, and go back into the game, because that will still save more time than me trying to run this on mouse and keyboard.
So there are reset checkpoint. You don't need to, but it's like, it's basically faster because it lines up jumping through those traps perfectly. Like in like a task setting, it would be faster to like just jump, but not about to do that. This fight here shows how OP ice is. You can just spam here and like you don't even see the enemies because you killed them so quickly.
Oh crap! I've done this strat with where you don't get hit by his attack so few times that I forgot on the last one you do have to hide behind a thing.
Oh nice, yeah. His health like regenerates then, right?
Yeah, you have to do another phase. Just one extra, but still.
Hmm.
The puzzle's forwards, right?
Yeah, forward with freeze, and then backwards without, and then repeat. So yeah, funny thing about this puzzle, before I ran this, Samabam was doing a 7-move solution, and then I started running any percent, and I figured
Let's
out...
calm down now. There were 2 other people that ran this game.
Okay. But yeah,
I was not the only person doing
yeah, no, I'm
a
not saying like
seven-move
it's your
solution.
fault, but yeah, like there was a 7-move solution before I ran this, and then when I started running any percent, I was like, oh, we can actually do it in 6 moves. And then when I came back to run this category, I realized that there's actually a 4-move solution, so that's what we use now.
Yeah, really funny. And then
yeah, it's actually ridiculous.
We actually had someone in the community write an algorithm to check just to be sure, and we now know for certain that this is the fastest you can possibly do it.
At that point, like, it was pretty obvious. There's no other way, but like, yeah, GMP wrote a program to actually test it to be sure. He also did the same thing for the T2T puzzle, the big one with the statue. So that was pretty cool.
That was GMP, if I'm not mistaken.
GMP. Yeah.
I don't want to deny credit. I just couldn't remember for sure.
Yeah, it was GMP.
I don't know if Vin does this skip, but I will do a weird jump off this slope to skip a wall run.
Yeah, I do that on every one of them.
Okay. It's a very... Or, well, no, I'm not on the staircase. I'm just arriving at the scarabs.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. No, I don't do that, because, like, I couldn't do it on keyboard.
Gotcha. It's actually... I don't do directional inputs. I just jump.
Oh, really? Okay, maybe I should try that again.
Yeah, it's a weird auto-aim quirk. You just need to be in the right part of the slope and jump at the end.
Noted. So that was like really lucky that I got past those traps because I was kind of like zoning out, but it worked. I was looked away from the screen and then like I just barely jumped over one of the traps and I was like, oh damn. But now we have the memory power.
Memory power is a little meh. It's kind of just like an alternate version of the ice power or solid water power, whatever.
Yeah, it's just like another platforming gimmick. There is like one skip that we use, or like 2, kind of. Yeah, 2.
I am fairly confident that I have screwed this up, but I'm just going to solve the puzzle casually now.
Oh, the 4 move, yeah.
I think I ended up doing 5 or 6 moves.
Unoptimal, wow.
At least I didn't do 7, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because like there is a 5-move solution. There is a way to solve it in 5. It's not like a discrete thing.
So Smathlax, if you're out there, how's France? Is it as stupid as it sounds?
Oh, this fight is not going very well.
Did you one cycle the hallway before memory port?
Before what?
Before memory portal?
No, I like took my time.
Well, then, ladies and gentlemen, watch me fail.
I did go through pretty smooth, but I had to like stop at the start of it. So that's like one of the memory skips we can do, and you use a forced wall run to get high enough to bounce between the walls there, and then you can just use the memory to remember it when you get to the top.
I got through the hallway only having to rewind once, but still, could have been better. I'm gonna have to kick it into high gear if I want to catch up at this point.
Yeah, I'm playing it like risky without even like trying to. Like I should have reset checkpoint back there because I have no energy, but I just like just going. I think I will reset here though because this skip can be kind of weird sometimes. So there's a relatively new skip I found for this room. It's not as big as the any percent skip, but it still skips like most of the platforming. So right here there's a platform up there that you might have seen when I was entering it, and then if you angle the camera correctly you can actually just remember it like that and then just jump to it with the pull. Skips like the whole rest of the area that you can see right here. Really glad that's a thing because the platforming for that area is kind of difficult. At least I found it difficult.
What are you on? Reservoir?
I know, like the throne room, I think you call it.
Oh, yeah, Rakim's throne.
Yeah.
I was like, there's no way he's a reservoir, right?
No, yeah. Yeah, it's that skip with the pole.
Now I have to try this, this memory skip without having an actual setup in mind. That would have worked, I think.
I found out with these saw blades that if you do cobblestone glitch, you actually don't get hit by them, but it doesn't allow you to grab the next cobblestone, so like you can't use it, so that's kind of unfortunate. If you did grab the next one, you could use it to like not have to wait for the cycles.
No, come on. Luckily I have 1 energy I can upgrade to.
Oops. I was just being really dumb there and pressed the wrong button for freeze. That boss really shows off how powerful ice is. Like, we kill him before he's even, like, spawned.
Yeah, at this point in the game, we're insanely busted.
Yeah.
The one upgrade we didn't explain that we got is a power attack upgrade, which puts a 1.5 times multiplier on your charge attack damage, which is really good, and then tied with higher level ice, it's just bonkers how strong we are.
And actually just an upgrade, which I was supposed to do earlier, like I do it when I get to 180, which is like kind of new route that I do with the upgrade stuff. but it's not really a big deal if I don't do it immediately. If I just got it there, upgraded Ice 4. Oh, dude, I just found out something really interesting that we should use. If you dash to the summoners, they apparently fall down.
Yes, that is correct.
Didn't know that. So that would be faster than like doing a jumping attack, wouldn't it?
I do not remember how to do your skip in the throne room, as it turns out. I like vaguely remember what it is, but I can't get it to work, so guess I'm doing this the long way.
Probably not like angling the camera correctly to get the platform to be remembered.
Well, now the audience gets to see both ways.
Yeah, you get to see what I skipped.
They're the real winners here. And I am definitely not the real winner here.
The spot back there where I kind of like teleported to the ledge, that's like a wonderful mechanic with the ragdoll thing. At least I think that's like what causes it. If you're in the ragdoll state, the prince just like loves grabbing onto ledges, so I just like clipped through the floor and grabbed that ledge instead.
I don't know what you're talking about, sir, but it sounds an awful lot like an energy glitch.
Well, I'd never rewound, so.
I know.
Alright, now time for reservoir skip, which worked first try. Oh my
this
god.
is my chance to catch up.
No, I got the bad version. I hope it gets up there. I don't have to do this again. Okay, I'm up there. I got the bad version, but it's okay. You can get it so that you get to like the very top. Samabam will probably get that version.
It might take a couple years, but I'll do it.
But yeah, it can still work if you just walk around like that. And then I just jump there to hit a load trigger, and then we can continue on. Oh, nice.
NE% has 2 skips for that, one of which is outdated and too hard to like actually go for anymore. But the 2 skips there in NE% are both like really cool, and it took us so long to find those. I never would have imagined we would find one for like no major glitches.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like you can even do that like without any glitches. Like
yeah, it's actually insane.
Doesn't even need a non-energy glitch. So, and I guess we would use that in NE% now too, because it's faster, wouldn't it?
Is it faster? I don't remember if we.
I think it
that.
is.
It probably is.
Because you don't need to like do a jump and a wall run and a rewind boost and a clip, right?
Yeah, but you do have the little bit of backtracking for the load trigger, which I know doesn't take long, but...
Yeah, I don't think that would really make a difference, but obviously we need to time it.
Yeah.
When I go back to NE%, I will eventually. We'll definitely time that and use it. Probably didn't really need to reload checkpoint there, but I couldn't remember if I had energy or not. That was a really good fight, actually. Never got hit once. Oh, I just got hit. Shit. But I meant really like for like the big enemies. That was good with them.
Shit, come on.
It's a small skip here that doesn't even need like a rewind boost or like a forced wall run. You can just kind of like boost to that enemy or dash to that enemy. I mean.
Yeah, that's a really cool skip.
Go reload here. Really hope I don't get checkpoint crash.
I really hope he gets checkpoint crash.
I did a forced wall run here that I don't actually know if it's faster, but it's kind of nicer because you grab that pole further up, so you don't need to like move on it. Or watch the dumb animation of when you're not like when you grab the edge of a column.
Here are, yeah, okay. I got the faster version
Nice.
of Reservoir Skip.
Yeah, I'm like
So
terrible at that. I don't understand it, but Samabam gets it every time because he's a legend.
Which is why he's currently losing this race.
Yeah. But to be fair, though, I did practice more than you had time for.
I also threw it away in several ways because pride.
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. I'll take the win. Oh, cool.
It's still anyone's race at this point. Things can go wrong.
Yeah, for sure. See, I'm doing more cheeky jumps there. And I failed the first one because I didn't have the camera angled correctly. Because if it's not positioned right, then you'll remember like the wall instead of the ledge. So right here I'm going to reload checkpoint for a glitch that I have no idea why it works, but it does and it's faster, so we use it. Maybe Samabam knows why it works, but I don't.
What is it?
Like the reload checkpoint to skip fights.
I'm sorry, to skip what?
To skip fights.
Oh, yeah. Basically, they had 2 checkpoints in the same place. One for before the fight and one after, and they didn't really... It seems like they didn't know how to load properly, depending on which one you were in. So what they do is they detect where you're standing within the first like 2 seconds of the checkpoint, and they base what happens next off of that. And because we move in a certain like to a certain place within those like 1 or 2 seconds, it thinks we're at the after the fight checkpoint. Is my idea. It's like the theory that.
Does that explain why you need to reload checkpoint back at this portal? Like, because you have to do that for them to work, don't you?
Yeah, no, it doesn't really.
Rip.
Also, the sword that I'm coming up on that I'm sure Vin has by now, or well, I know for a fact considering what we just talked about, but the Jin Killer sword that Vin has gives a casual 14 times damage multiplier on all damage.
I'm trying to do this skip that just failed. That sucks. I'm gonna try it again. If I don't get it, I'll just skip it. So you can like remember the other platform to fall down, and then I can jump to like the big platform later on. But for some reason I wasn't landing on it. I'll try it again, but if I run out of rewinds, then I'll just skip it. Yeah, like why isn't that not working?
Thanks for reminding me to reset checkpoint after this portal, because I probably would have forgot.
No problem. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna not do that. I don't know why that's failing. Doesn't even save that much time. Like, it just saves going here. Checkpoint, yeah. You would jump directly to this platform here. Been having that problem lately with that skip, and I don't really get it. It's obviously just a positional issue, but yeah. Maybe Samabam will be able to show it off. Are you going for that jump?
What?
The one where you like solidify a platform below you to fall on it and then jump to that big platform with the enemies?
Oh no, I don't remember the setup for that.
Okay. Rip showing that
But
off
that
then.
is exactly the platform I'm standing on right now.
Nice. You're actually pretty close to me then. Since I failed that skip.
Been putting in the work, you know, been trying to focus. That's why I keep having to ask you what you're talking about.
No problem.
Also, because I'm a super nerd and this game has taken up entirely too much of my life, I decided to reverse engineer a bunch of stuff, like, which is why I know all these damage multipliers and stuff. While I was doing that, I decided to figure out how much health each enemy has. And funny story, the summoners, which are the orange guys with lightning, have 13 health. There's absolutely no reason for them to have that number. It doesn't mean anything. It's literally just like, I'm convinced it's just an Easter egg that the developers put in for themselves as a joke.
That's funny. Doesn't like a lot of things have weird numbers in this game?
What'd you say?
Don't a lot of things have weird numbers in this game?
Not too weird. Like the giants
Like
are kind of weird.
I thought like the first boss, his like starting health is like 111 or something instead of 100.
Yeah, like there are some that are a little strange, but none of them are as weird as 13.
Yeah.
Like, most of them are at least even numbers.
Right. So this area you pretty much do casually. I'm just like dashing to like speed up. You do skip the fight down below there as long as you dash like later in that jump.
Yeah, so the hallway that Vin already got through that I'm about to do is by far the hardest hallway in the entire game to one cycle, but I am going to give it a good old-fashioned college try here. And I'm gonna fail, apparently. Okay, I managed to get the one cycle, but I did have to restart checkpoint one time.
Nice.
Yeah, some of those, like, caddy corner jumps I was doing around corners are extremely precise to not get hit by the saw blades.
This area has a pretty cool skip. You can, first of all, you can dash to these birds early, which we've been doing throughout the game. But also, if you time your wall run correctly after pulling this switch, you can dash to the bird that's on the other side, like this. It didn't work. Of course it didn't work.
Yeah, that one can be finicky.
There we go. Got a second try. You get the dash like at the very end of the jump, so like if you don't jump at the right spot from the wall, it doesn't work. And I think it also changes depending on like the bird that's like moving back and forth slightly. So if you take longer to get there, it might be on a different cycle.
Oh, that's interesting.
But that's not confirmed. I'm not like 100% sure that's true. But like you can do it from the other side, but I think the reason why it doesn't work is because of that, what I just said. Because if you go the other side, then the bird is on the wrong cycle for it to work. But it can work from the other side.
Nice, I got it first try.
The bird dash.
Yeah.
Nice. You're actually pretty close. If I like fail the quick kill, you can catch up.
No, that's my trick. You're not allowed to steal it. I'm the one who always chokes runs with the quick kill.
There's no tricks and no skips in this like final section really. There's like one small one, but most of it's just normal.
Really cool platforming section though. I would say one of the coolest in the entire series.
There's a cool strat there where if you go to the like the front of that beam, you can skip one of the waterfalls. Oh, that was interesting. What happened there? Okay, I'm really glad I saved that. What? Do I? No, I don't. Okay. At the end of like one of the waterfall sections, the prince just didn't grab the pole. That was interesting. Now he grabbed it. Dumb game. We're even closer together now because of that unexpected death.
I am going to go into the cutscene right before you do the spiral walk up right now.
I'm doing the spiral walk up now.
Oh,
Just
man.
got to the top. I'm gonna try this skip one time. I'm kind of bad at it, so if I can't get it, I'm just gonna forget about it. Okay, it worked. Cool.
Yeah, I'm really hoping I get that first try because that thing can be a real pain.
Yeah, it's like, it's super easy in theory, but then sometimes it just is dumb and doesn't
Yeah.
work. Like,
Okay, cool, I got it.
nice.
Shit. Eraser, I hope you know that I'm going to spend your entire GBA run just trash talking the shit out of you. Okay.
That is a cool
unskippable
run,
cutscene.
though. I want to see that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Gonna upgrade stone armor now before I forget. We need stone armor for the final boss fight. Actually, I guess you don't technically need it, but it's like way easier
Actually,
to do
yeah.
it that way.
Before you ran this game, we didn't use it. Fingers came up with that idea. We used
nice.
to do the quick. Yeah, if you look up my original quick kill video, I go into in depth on all these strategies on how to not lose your combo and stuff.
That's funny.
Yeah, it used to be a lot harder.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really glad that strat is a thing, because keeping your combo would be just awful. As you know, obviously.
Yeah. So the quick kill that we've been talking about for the entire run, basically, at this point is the final boss has 4 phases, but you can skip 1.5 of them, basically, by doing very specific amounts of damage at the right time.
Yeah, so you do like a big charge attack at the start to skip like into the last like health bar section, and then you do enough on the next attack to just finish the boss. And normally I do upgrade Battle Rage too, because I thought it helps, but I'm not even like sure anymore. I didn't upgrade it this time just to like kind of try it out. But the Battle Rage is just like the upgrade that increases your normal attack, which in theory could be helpful here because sometimes you don't one-hit KO enemies.
Yeah. You usually do, but for whatever reason, sometimes the damage calculation just doesn't work correctly.
Yeah, like that guy took 3 hits to kill, so I actually do think it's worth
Yeah,
it.
in theory, we should be doing so much damage that we kill everything in one hit at this point, even without ice. But sometimes it just doesn't work for some reason.
Yeah, even with ice there, that guy took 3 attacks, so it just like makes no sense. So this was a good testing run. I'll probably use Battle Rage from now on.
So I reset checkpoint here to get my energy back, because this is the last chance I'll have to reset checkpoint until the final boss.
You can reset like on the final boss too.
Well, yeah, which, man, would it be a pain if you couldn't.
Which I think I will do, unless I get some energy from this last fight.
Oh man, we're so close. I'm literally on my way to that fight. Okay, starting final boss now.
Me too, damn.
Oh man, this is gonna be so absurdly close.
I'm gonna kill some enemies here to get another energy.
Oh yeah, I usually kill about half of them on the first wave. Although I did just realize that unlike you, I still have to get stone armor, so
Nice.
that wasted like 2 or 3 seconds.
Okay, I almost messed that up because I was kind of slow because I couldn't hear the audio very well, but I got the first hit.
I think you're like 1 or 2 seconds ahead of me.
This is insane. It's all up to the quick kill. And the heavy needs to not die. Because if this enemy dies, then like the next set of enemies will spawn. Which would, I think it does waste a bit of time.
Mine died, and it does waste like 1 or 2 seconds, yeah. I believe.
Wait, did you say yours did die?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I got this in the bag
I'm overly...
keep this guy alive.
Because I choke so often, I'm overly careful with that, and I usually don't let, like, I kill so many enemies that no one ends up being alive after the
Yeah,
spitballs.
that's the reason why I actually don't kill enemies, any enemies, but that time I did for the energy. So this is the last section. We charge up a 3, hit him once, and then charge the next one, and then he'll be dead. There. And that's time for me.
Time!
Wow. Really?
Did I beat you?
I did say time before, but like, it depends on like the delay and stuff.
Oh man, I can't wait to watch this back.
Who won?
Guys, how synced were we? Okay, it looks like it was you.
Was it? Yes.
According to GMP.
Nice.
Oh, cool! I died in the cutscene.
I don't think I'm gonna die. Yeah, I think the other enemy's dead. Yeah, you got the second wave of enemies. So.
Yeah, congrats guys. So Vin, you won by 2 seconds.
Really? Wow,
Nice.
that's so insane. How were
Very
we
nice.
that close with a run this long? Like,
I don't know.
GG, Sam. That was awesome.
Hey, Racer.
Are you kidding me? Like, how can you be so close, guys?
Hey, Racer.
Honestly.
Fuck you.
What the
What?
fuck?
What is this hostility?
What? I was so nice during the war run. You know, I was...
This was the Forgotten Sands No Energy Glitches, a brand new category in a not so brand new game. Thank you all for watching, and congratulations, Vin, on continuing the tradition of me losing races in my own game.
You're welcome.
No, honestly, that was really, really fun, and the end was just crazy. With Kido, we were like, oh my god, this is so close, Sam is gonna win.
Yeah,
No, my name is gonna win.
Sam really pulled through at the end there. I had like a decent lead, and then he caught up. It was insane.
Yeah, I really started trying around Reservoir Skip, like, because I realized how far behind I was.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this new category. I really like it.
Yeah, I hope you enjoy as well. And we will actually set up the transition screen because we didn't yet. So let's go.
Yes.